Hey, what's up? So, today was one of those days where it felt like I ran all over the place and got next to nothing done. Because I pretty much ran all over the place and got next to nothing done. Today, though, was one of those days where I'm out. I had a 3-hour board meeting today, and a whole bunch of other stuff going on. And it was one of those things where today, in the old day, would have been a cheeseburger day. Like, I would have just swung in somewhere, grabbed myself a 99-cent heart attack, and out I went. And so I didn't do that today because I'm juicing, obviously. But you know what I did find? There's really very little options out there for on-the-go fresh juice. I didn't have time to get stuff put together because I didn't do a good job last night because we were out somewhere else. And so kind of got myself into a bind a little bit. We do have a juice bar here in Salem. I found that out. You may also have some depending on where you live. Likely if you live in a bit bigger of a bustling metropolis, chances are you also have a juice bar of some variety. But we do have one in Salem. It was closed today, so that didn't work either. So I ended up picking up at the store some of this. And I know I probably cheated, but this was the option. So I found this. It was no sugar added. It was all fresh stuff, totally pasteurized, guaranteed. So I got next to none of the fabulous micronutrients and all of the probiotics and everything that go in the regular juice. But yeah, so that was dinner this evening as we were on the go and running all over the place. One of the reasons we were running all over the place, kind of a fun little aside, we got 4 small Banty eggs from the Babs the last time we were down in the Medford area. And we have a chicken that is, if you don't already know this, those of you that are watching this and maybe don't know us real well, we have a small farm at our house. And we live right in the city, and we have a bunch of little chickens and everything. But one of our chickens has been continuously broody over and over and over and over and over again. And it was getting to the point where we said, look, we've either got to let her be a mommy or she's going in the crock pot. And we opted for the mommy route. So the Babs gave us 4 little Banty hen eggs, and they hatched. So we have 3 little chicks, 1 egg left to hatch. Not sure if it will or not, but we have 3 little chicks. So it was kind of a mad dash tonight, being that last night was 9 degrees out, to get them into a place where we could get a little bit of a heat lamp on the mom and the chicks and get everybody all kind of in a place where it works. So that was part of the reason we were running all over the place tonight. But also just having a little bit tougher time kind of keeping up with all of everything right now. And not doing particularly well at it. I'll be the first to admit it. So anyway, today's reading was interesting. It was a reading about the persistence of, or essentially being really persistent in your prayer. And just the idea that we should be like the persistent widow that's mentioned in the parable, and just kind of going to God consistently about things. And I got to talking with Gus about it tonight, and I had a couple of just kind of general issues with it. I'm curious on other people's thoughts, and I'm sure it'll probably trigger some conversation as we go. But one of the things that they were talking about was just being persistent enough to go to God to make sure that we have our prayer heard. And I've always been one of those who kind of has thought about it in a way of, once it's been prayed, God knows, and me pestering him isn't going to get it answered any faster. And that's kind of been the way that I've looked at it in the past, and the way that I've kind of looked at it, up to this point. So, pestering and kind of being the person who's constantly, I think of it as my son. My son has a Nintendo DS that he really enjoys, or 3DS that he really enjoys. And he'll bug me a lot sometimes about playing it. It'll be one after, Dad, can I play? 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 And after a little while, that gets pretty old pretty quick. And so I know God has immensely more patience than I do, a lot more, love than I do, and all of the above. But still, one part of me seems to kind of think that as sons of God and daughters of God, and kind of how we all will look at ourselves in that regard, that pestering God probably isn't necessarily what we need to be doing. My personal opinion. So I had a little bit of a struggle with that this morning as I read through that section, just because I wasn't quite sure where it was. Now, if you're pestering from a standpoint of like, hey, it's me again, and you're not necessarily praying the same prayer over and over and over and over and over, I could see that. But I'm kind of curious on other people's thoughts, and definitely keeping my mind open here from a standpoint of other options and other looks and things like that as part of, again, the goal of this entire transformation one of the primary goals here is drawing closer to God in that regard, in both prayer and study, and kind of taking the spiritual temple that you see here and turning it into a much more effective and far better spiritual temple, both spirit, mind, body, everything. So anyway, that's kind of where things are at over here. I got 3 juices in the fridge. Made a good morning juice, which is sweet potato, 4 oranges, and a mess of carrots. I've got a mean green, again, from the Reboot with Joe site. It's rebootwithjoe.com. P.S. If no one's ever been there or not, it's rebootwithjoe.com. There's recipes all over the place, information, all kinds of stuff. And then raw V8 for dinner tomorrow night. So we are down to the bottom of the vegetables. I managed to go through a grocery cart full, which is kind of interesting as well. But we will be heading out to go get some more veggies here in the next little bit. And Norman's is the trip tomorrow. So we'll kind of see if the vegetable prices at Norman's, which was suggested by Diana Barch, is any cheaper or not. So anyway, that's what I've got going on over here. I'm going to sign off because I'm exhausted and I'm going to bed. So I don't know about everybody else, but detox symptoms are gone. Headaches are gone. Everything's gone. I feel fantastic. Really, truly feel fantastic. Getting some new belt loops or new belt holes getting used that haven't been used before, so that's a nice side effect. Got Pilates and some other stuff going this next week, so be burning some fat this week and kind of cleaning some things out. So anyway, you all have a fantastic evening, and we will talk at you tomorrow night for, what is it, day 11 already? Tomorrow night? Wow, day 10. Just 3 more of these. We're a quarter of the way there. It's amazing to consider. So 40 days coming up, day 10, 30 days from here. Have a great night.